Yes, this is the Fibro Turtles meeting, November 6th, 2020. All right.
Okay, so I've been trying to write the results. I think I'll share my screen. Oh, I'm not able to share the screen, but I've been working on trying to record the results and get things down on paper a little bit more. So especially in terms of the creek versus the ocean. Okay, locational. Been working on the locational stuff, and I've put in some values which I wanted to pass by you, Ita, and see if it correlates with what you were getting. And then I haven't yet got into seasonality or environmental. I'm still locational, but I also managed to make some kind of I might have to update it, but a annual prevalence kind of graph with error bars for the fibro. Again, I need to update that as well. I honestly have not done much since we last spoke. I had a period there when I really tried to work on it, and to be honest, at the end of this month, I was going to just let Charles keep writing the rest, and it's fine, we're all supposed to be writing, but my workload has eased up now, so I can work on this a lot more than I was before. I finished 6 of my units and I only have 2 more to teach, so that's giving me a lot more time to do this thing.
Awesome.
And then I was in the coast about 2 weeks ago and I saw Justin, and I was able to update him as well on how things have been going and stuff. So they're still keen to get that project going, and it looks like it's already starting to go, because they got this Charles, maybe you heard about it, but they got this underwater kind of drone thing.
Yeah,
which would be very cool to assess where these turtles, the areas where the infection is high, those areas, and see what's going on there, and get parameters like temperature and depth and so on. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I have a couple of questions. Like what project? You said project going. So what project? And second, what's the point of the drone? How is that better than a human in this case?
Charles may know more about it than I do, but it's like it can stay underwater for a while, and it can record environmental data like depth and take photos and things like salinity, if I'm not wrong. It would be able to take those variables and also give a recording of the underwater environment in a particular area. Is that right, Charles?
Yeah, it's right.
Sounds really cool.
It is very cool. I think Justin is very excited, but if they can do that, then they might be able to develop something to put on a turtle shell anyway.
Maybe.
Like I'm sure you can, right? Like I've seen some stuff that they do with the turtles, like put on their shell.
Yeah, but that's satellite tagging, and it's somehow expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and what project you were talking about? This is the project, or?
Oh, so we have this paper that we're working on that you're aware of, and then but he's keen to make it into like an ongoing research program. like part of their research program. So to go further than what the data that we have, we're still looking for funding, but definitely he's been looking as well, and he's finding ways that you can develop it into a full-blown research program, which
Awesome.
would be great.
And what would that like mean? What does that mean? A full-blown research program?
It would mean we'd be paid for this kind of thing instead of depending on work and stuff. It will give us a bit more incentive, and it would also give them more, how can you say it? More scope for the activities that they do at local oceans. They already do a lot, but this would be also an avenue for collaboration with, for example, now maybe your university or other outside interested parties.
Cool. And also, I guess, collecting more data and just doing more research.
Yes, collecting more data, more money towards collecting specific data than what they are already doing, which is fine and great, but we'd be able to collect more things like salinity, environmental data to do with that area of Watamu. So I know there's a big project or a big incentive right now in Kenya to try and map what do they call it? Like the seafloor, the features of the seafloor. I've forgotten the scientific name for what they're doing, but they're trying to get more of an idea of the local ocean environment so that they can better understand how it changes over time and the topography, underwater topography, what it looks like and where are the vulnerabilities and this kind of thing. So this can fit into that. This would really, we could try and fit this into that somehow. Anyway, so I'm trying to share my screen and I'm not able to. Is there a way you would be able to let me share somehow?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, you may share your screen now.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Okay. Which one do I want to open? Yeah, there it is. Wonderful. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to share very quickly with you, Isa, some of the analysis I did in R. And I want to see if you got similar stuff. So let me just let me show also the database that I used to enter into R, which was this. I don't know if you can see this one. There's a text file I've opened.
Yes, it's a Word document.
There's a Word one and then there's a text file.
No, we're just seeing the Word document.
Okay, let me just, I'm not that good at multi-sharing in Zoom. Zoom is a bit more, okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I created this just for the sites, for month, for year, for season, number of cases of FP. So yeah, FP, and this is the number means basically the total number of turtles caught per month, per year at a particular site. And then the prevalence. Then I had lat and long, which
Wait,
I wanted.
How
Yes,
can the prevalence be higher than the number?
it's not aligned. It's not that way. This here would be the prevalence.
Yeah,
It's not aligned.
there's a place where prevalence is 8 and number is 1.
Yeah, it's not aligned. It's I should show this in the. It might be easier to show this in the Excel, so that it's more aligned. It's out of sync here. 1 moment.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see there are some rows, especially where we start with Blue Lagoon. They are shifted. They're shifted to the right. So
Oh, I see.
Yeah, let me
some of
use.
Some of them are shifted. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's not very. This is R. I guess I'm more used to R than. Okay. All right. This is it. Heat map policy. Yeah. That's what I wanted to share. I doubt it.
1 second, I'm changing my place.
This is it. No. Maybe this is it. No. Where is it? Yeah, that's the one. So it must be a different sheet, not this sheet. Aha, there we go. So essentially this, I don't know if you can see this, can you see the Excel sheet now? I think it's the same as the.
Yeah.
Okay, so location and block and size. I don't know if this is even the one that I used, because the one I used had, anyway. Coming in the middle. Okay, it's more or less like that, but then the text file that I shared with you has more information. So for the block sizes and everything, I had I put in information on park versus ocean, and then also I updated it to Northern Ocean, Creek, Southern Ocean, and Outer Creek, Inner Creek, Southern Ocean, and Northern Ocean. So that's the one I did. I'm really trying to see where that would be. Large scale, maybe this is it. Yes, this is it. Can you see this one? Let me just stop sharing and make sure that's the correct one. The large scale. Yeah. So that's the data I was using. So I had sites, month, year, season. The seasons I updated according to that book that we spoke about months ago now. This is the number of FP cases, the number of turtles caught in that particular month and year. And then this is the prevalence. So that's making a bit more sense now. Yeah, a lot of them are just one case here and there. Then I did the lat long for the locational analysis. Then here, this is the center of the CMS was a creek mouth, Northern Ocean, then Inner Creek, and Southern Ocean. So I divided the sites according to that for the location, and then this was the more the larger scale one, which is just ocean and creek. And then you have the actual blocks here for each of the locations. So that was the Excel data I was using. Then the analysis that I did, and I'm intending to do way more, but also I want to just double check a few things with Ita. Just some exploratory data analysis. So there were some ANOVAs, a few ANOVAs according to the location. So I did it according to the different locational blocks. That was the four ones that we divided, and then by ocean and by creek. And I didn't do too much, but they all turned out pretty significant.
What turned significant? Can you repeat that last?
So when I did the ANOVA between locations, which was for ocean and creek, this is the result I got here. So it was an F value about 11 and a significance of less than 0.05. So it's pretty significant. Then I updated the data set to do locational analysis according to Northern Ocean, Southern Ocean, Inner Creek, and the creek mouth. Remember how we discussed according to the results on the heat map? Yeah. So I did that and then got an even higher F value. So that was even more significant. You can't see anything.
Yeah, it's just blank.
Can you see my screen, Ita? You're muted. Yes? No? Okay.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what I did it. So I was trying to organize here using block numbers and so on, and just to get mean prevalence for each of those in the creek, Southern Ocean, creek mouth, and so on.
And the prevalence here is calculated by season, by like ocean seasons, or how do you do it?
Yeah, the prevalence here is according to month. The prevalence is month and year.
Okay.
Yeah, so we may have to do the prevalence by seasons as well, just to line up with that and see what the mean prevalence is per season, and then maybe even draw like a box plot. But I think Ita, you already did that, so I just can plug it in. Anyway, so let me stop sharing this and then now share where the results that I got to. And I'm telling you again, I didn't do much, but let me just share what I did. And I feel really bad. I could have gotten much further than this if I wasn't overworked, but that's not an excuse because my workload has gone down. So the results section is kind of more or less the same as what you saw. There's the overall results. Then there's the annual prevalence, which is what I was telling you. I need to update that a little bit more, but at least got some error bars going. And then the location bit is where I did the most work. So with creek and ocean, I was able to plug in some values here and make some sense of the data and so on. And then this variation was higher at the finer scale, which is now creek mouth, Inner Creek, Northern Ocean, Southern Ocean. So creek mouth sites recorded the highest mean prevalence, and the Inner Creek sites recorded the lowest infection prevalence, but I haven't put in those values yet. So these are the ones I was going to now go and do. I was going to check for locational correlation and stuff, but I'm not going to go too much into this. I just want to get the basic results written. I'll go over the recordings, right? And then I'm hoping to have a draft out for discussion and everything as soon as possible. So I've started writing a little bit of the discussion, but you can see that the seasonality and environmental factors still need to be worked on. So just at this point, Ita, you've done a lot of it, and I'll just listen to the recordings, write out what you were explaining. I think what I need the most from you is just the graphs to back it up and put in there, and then I can also contribute to that discussion. Charles, I don't know if you can see the screen yet.
I still cannot see it, just black.
You're very patient. You're just listening to us. I'm wondering why you can't see. Anyway, I'm going to stop sharing now. But you have not missed much in summary.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Can I ask that you like upload your work to the Google Doc
Folder?
where we
Yes.
can see and comment and
Yeah.
like work collaborate. Yeah.
Yes. I'll do that now. I'll upload the latest of this, the Fibro folder.
Yeah, and I really recommend just working on that. Like for me, it's very comfortable. I don't know if you're used to something different. It shouldn't be that big of a transition, and it would make things like a lot easier for us, like to, you know, just comment on everything and see and add whatever we have to add.
I understand. But I also want to be able to be having these meetings maybe every 2 weeks, just to talk about what we've updated and uploaded to the folder in case there's areas of confusion, because the last time we did that, we were just working with the folder. It got very easy to ignore what's happening on the folder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. We should do both. Completely agree.
Okay, so let me up.
Okay. Cool. So do you want to show or say anything else, or I should show a little bit of what I did?
Yeah, I would love to. I don't have anything else to share.
All right, cool. So I'll share my screen. Okay, let's just.
Charles, you can see it as screen.
Can you?
Oh, I think I have a problem. I will just leave and then join again. Just says he has started sharing, but I cannot see it.
Okay.
So maybe just reconnect, maybe. Maybe
Okay.
that could help. Right.
Yeah, now I can see.
Perfect.
Okay, good.
Perfect. All right, so I did some stuff. Okay, just go over it. So about the tags, that's something I haven't went into in detail yet. I think that's like the next, hopefully the only like substantial thing that I still have to do. Just to remind you, we're basically assuming that tags never fall, which we know is not true. So there are probably the easiest way to correct for that would be like the test we do for the untagged turtles, to test it with also on tagged turtles. So like now I'm comparing if a turtle is untagged, that I'm seeing that if an untagged turtle of about the same size was caught in the same season. So I'm saying no, never mind. But so I'm not adding that to the count. But I can just, instead of looking just on the untagged turtles, like look at all the turtles, and that should account also for tags falling off, I think. And I'm still need to think about it a bit more. There's also, we can look deeper into like the frequency of them falling off, because there's 2 tags. So, you know, like anything, I can dig into this for months. But I'll try to, because I just hopefully I want to, you know, get this done, because now I'm doing, you know, other stuff as well.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's like sort of a big thing. I hope, yeah, I hope I'll be done with that like next week or something.
So, are you sort of like, you've done analysis for the turtles that are tagged, and then now you're working on the ones that don't have tags?
I heard it here. Oh wait, one sec. Stop sharing and share my screen again. All right, so I wrote it here on the, what? So I wrote it here. Blah, blah, blah. Where is it? There you go. So I did adjust for turtles which were not tagged at all, right? But we didn't account for tags for turtles that were tagged, but the tags fell off, right?
Yes.
But this is, again, might seem like really nitpicking, but that's, you know.
No, it's actually
what
correct. You do need to explain it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just, you know, because I started writing, I'm like, oh shit, there's all these different cases we have to account for. And it shouldn't be too much work, and I feel like it is like necessary just to be, you know, just
explain.
Accurate. So that's like one thing that I still need to do. Right. And I made like a bunch of graphs and some other stuff. All right, let's see what's new. This is old. So we're going to do like a pie chart of caught in and out of Watamu. I'm not sure this is what you meant. Is this what you meant?
It is, but I'm wondering if it's just easier to do a table. I think our other graphs are a bit more meaningful. I remember we talked about it, but I think it's easier now just to do a table sort of in the overall results. We'll put that there, and if, you know, depending on what reviewers say and so on, we can always move it to the appendix. It's not that important compared to what everything else we're presenting.
Agree. It's not very interesting. It's just why we threw out all the out of Watamu data. It's not super exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're thinking table. Fine, whatever. This also we saw last time. Blah blah blah. This we discussed. Just trying to find the new fancy graphs. Okay, so here I have this to send you the data. Did I do this? Send you the monthly Fibro data?
No.
Okay, so I'll add some exclamation.
It's
So
okay.
I'll do that after this meeting, hopefully.
All right.
All right.
These recordings also are useful for me, like when especially writing the results, like if for some reason, and I understand that you get busy and so on, when you're explaining in the meetings, I'll just re-listen to some of them, which is what I'm trying to do. And then I can at least start to write the text and wait while I'm waiting for the graph. So
yeah. Okay, cool. No, I mean it's really, it takes like a minute. I just need to just do it. I wasn't sure if I did it already or not, but I'll send. No problem.
Okay.
All right. So this is a pretty fun graph. Like I'm not sure if we want to use it, but I feel like it's showing something rather clearly. So this is I didn't put the legend here, but it's but in blue you have captures, and in orange is Fibro cases. I think this tells, I don't know, feels like an interesting story. And this is like monthly data. We can add like the error bars and all that crap. Just wondering if this is, I don't know, I just felt this is an interesting illustration that I feel like I was missing also. So maybe there's something to do with that.
Yeah, I think we can combine this together with the graph I was showing of the Fibro cases alone, just to show the capture. So the capture curve there is pretty interesting. Somehow there are a lot of turtles being captured in between 2010 and 2012, it looks like. Anyway, that's interesting in itself. But then now I want to, so I would just take out these points. I don't mind doing that because I can, those are the ones that I want to show the error bars for, and put them together as one graph. So this would be the overall graph that you have on your screen here, and then the orange parts is which is the graph that I would highlight and tweak it to show the fibro prevalence much more clearly than it's coming out here, if it makes sense. So yeah, it's a useful graph.
Wait, so do you want me to play with it, or should I just send you the data? Because it sounds like you have a pretty clear idea what you want to do. Or maybe
I have an
explain to me
idea.
better and I can play with it here, like whatever.
I kind of already have done a graph similar to this that I would want to combine with this one. And I think this one is fine. Maybe you just sort of add error bars with the caps. And
yeah, I mean the data is like it's a simple like table, so it's easy to play with. But yeah, I can just add error bars here.
Yeah, with the caps. Yes.
Dead caps. I'll look into that. Might be surprisingly difficult. I'm not sure.
No, I remember you had issues, but it's like it's.
But I didn't look into it yet. But from first glance, it might be super annoying. All right, so add error bars. Bars with the little tip things, right?
Yes, the caps.
For both of them, right? Blue and orange.
No, just the blue one. The blue one. I mean, for sorry, you're right. For the whole population, yes. So blue and orange.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you remember when I was showing you the paper, or maybe you can go very quickly to your version of the paper, because I think that graph is on there.
So.
Yes. The graph isn't there. Okay. I thought it was there. No, it's not there. But when I was sharing my version of the paper, which I'll update, and I'll put the graph in so you see what I'm talking about and so on.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So I'll make this like nicer with error bars, and just make like a legend, and like make this like the years that make sense, because this is weird, and all that access, all that bullshit.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you are able to do that and then send it so that I combine it with the other graph.
Yeah.
And then at the next meeting, we can go over how it looks.
Yeah. So I'll make a nice version. Next meeting we'll take a look and see if we can make it, see if it's good enough. Okay.
Okay, but I might need it before next meeting just to add to the other one and
Right.
and make them like one figure.
All right.
And we discuss at the next meeting. Yeah.
Cool. So this here, this is the same data. The monthly captures, you by ocean season. So this is no Fibro. We're not talking about Fibro here at all. This is like the error bars that you don't like, right? But it's also interesting to see like the seasons, the captures and seasons.
Yeah. This is just overall capture, right?
Yes. This is just captures by season.
Okay.
Yes, with error bars by months. And